We now have even more info about Battlefield 2042's next map. Star Citizen is making some very controversial changes, Warzone 2's release date leaked, and much more on This Week in Gaming. Hey guys, LevelCap here, and a new Easter egg was discovered in Battlefield 2042 that lays some clues about Season 2. A locked box with an interesting symbol spray painted on it has been found on Kaleidoscope. There's also a new player card with this symbol on it. The description for the player card hints at a dark market organization. Dataminer Temporal recently datamined what could potentially be the Season 2 map, and he's mentioned that it'll have some association with the dark market. And before we get into those details, I have a quick word from today's sponsor. You ever wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and think, there seems to be less hair on my head than I remember? Odds are that's not just your imagination. There's a 2 out of 3 chance that you'll experience some form of hair loss by the age of 35. Your mornings could go from combing down your bedhead to watching your hair go down the drain. The good news is today's sponsor has you covered. Keeps offers clinically proven treatments that prevent hair loss. You can't get back what you've already lost, which means that prevention is the key here. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you'll save. And the best part about this is that there's no doctor visits or trips to the pharmacy. Keeps does everything online and ships your treatments directly to your door. Visit keeps.com/levelcap and talk to their expert medical advisors 24/7 to find the right routine for you. And while it takes anywhere between 4 and 12 months to start seeing results, these before and after photos really speak for themselves. So stop worrying about looking in the mirror every morning and go to keeps.com/levelcap or click the link in the video description to receive 50% off your first order. That's keeps.com/levelcap. Alright, back to this Battlefield map news. 2042's Season 2 map is likely set in or around Ganton Lake, Panama. This is an artificial lake featuring a dam and busy ship lock port. Initial speculation based on previously released concept art suggests the map could be set in a partially dried out riverbed below the dam. However, one response to Temporal's findings suggests that we could see a more urban, flooded setting. This image shows the specialist McKay rescuing a woman stranded on top of the roof of a car in flooded water using a helicopter, and it was released before 2042's launch as part of the World of 2042 backstory. And while the image is just concept art set prior to the game's current events, there's a strong possibility that it hints at the setting for the Ganton Lake map Temporal has found. The buildings look authentic to the region and haven't been seen in-game yet. Temporal hasn't found any concept art or visual content specific to the new map. It's anyone's guess as to what it will be. However, it seems very likely that we're getting some sort of flood-affected Panama town or remote location in Season 2. Temporal's findings, combined with the new in-game Easter egg and player card, lend a lot of credibility to his speculation. The Season 2 update is expected to launch in early September. DICE will likely reveal more info about Season 2 on Monday during their next development update broadcast. Don't expect a full reveal of Season 2's content though. These broadcasts are generally more focused on the gameplay updates and changes DICE are working on. That said, they might finally reveal the specialist system overhaul that we've been waiting to see for months. What do you guys think about all of this info? Are you excited about the potentially new map? Let us know in the comments. Star Citizen's developers revealed significant changes to the game's crime stat and prison systems. An overhaul of the Correa station is being worked on for release later this year. It'll bring back the PvP focus that this station used to have before the devs made it possible to expunge your criminal record at security outposts. Correa will get a new NPC security force, a contraband dispenser, and it'll be the only place that you can hack your crime stat away. This is proving to be a very divisive change for players. Many feel the burden of Star Citizen's bugs causing accidental crime stats will far outweigh the fun factor of making Correa a PvP-focused area of such high importance. The devs are also working on updates to the game's central prison, Klesher. Prisoner NPCs are being added to the caves to mix up the otherwise isolated location. They're also adding some interesting new missions that you can accept on behalf of criminals that are outside of the prison system. These missions will be lucrative and likely reward you with either a direct escape route or a way to massively reduce your prison sentence. These announced changes seem like an attempt to reaffirm the severe consequences of crime and death in Star Citizen. However, due to the alpha state of the game and the plethora of bugs, hearing news that the crime and punishment system is going to get even more punishing feels like it's probably not the right system to be focusing on right now. For example, an overhaul and bug fixing on the actual crime system so that players aren't accidentally becoming criminals all the time, or bugs aren't causing them to become criminals, would be far more important to update before implementing a system like this. The community has been quite vocal about the changes coming to Korea, with many people saying that it's the wrong direction for the game in its current state. Hopefully CIG will consider that feedback. There's no exact ETA on the changes, but we'll get more info later this quarter. An internal Activision document leaked revealing the launch date for Warzone 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is scheduled to launch on October 28th, but the new Battle Royale experience and potential Tarkov-like extraction mode called DMZ are likely launching on November 16th based on the leaked document. The image looks pretty legitimate, though it should be taken as speculation until proven otherwise. Assuming it is true, it's a significant change from Warzone 1's release schedule. The original Battle Royale mode launched in 2020, a few months after Modern Warfare was released. In official Call of Duty news, the final season for Warzone has been announced. It's called Last Stand and starts on the 24th. This update will likely wrap up Warzone's continuing storyline in some capacity, as characters and plot lines from the mode's past are returning. The Last Stand update will add volcanic activity to the game's current default map, Caldera. It'll introduce a new gulag themed around the volcanic activity. New Doomsday stations are also being added that reward you with powerful in-game items and unique cosmetics. It'll also add a supply box UAV, personal supply box, and a controversial new field upgrade called Rage Serum. This enhances your melee abilities with better damage, increases your lunge range, and enhances stun power. To compensate for these buffs, Rage Serum will make you louder while active, and it weakens your resistance to stuns and flash grenades. Blizzard released an in-depth look at Diablo 4's live service plan. The key takeaway is that the upcoming action RPG won't have loot boxes. Fans of the franchise have heavily criticized Diablo Immortal's microtransaction system since it's mostly pay to win and deeply integrated with the game's core experience. There was a lot of concern that Blizzard would use a similar system in Diablo 4, but that sounds unlikely. Blizzard plans to release the usual battle pass and cosmetic shop with the game, where real-world money won't get you anything that affects the actual gameplay. Dying Light 2 got a teaser for its first major story DLC. It's called Blood Ties. The teaser is a short video showing a human character fighting a zombie in what looks like a combat arena. A full reveal for the DLC is happening at Gamescom. Before we get to our next story, I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. If you've been watching our news coverage this week, let us know if any stories stood out to you in the comments. And while you're at it, consider subscribing. It's a few extra clicks, but in return, your sub box will show our videos. Channel members also get exclusive emotes and name badges in chat to show off their extraordinary support. Either way, we're always grateful for your support. Embracer Group published their latest earnings report revealing some jaw-dropping acquisitions. Tripwire Interactive, Tuxedo Labs, Limited Run Games, and IP rights to J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings and Hobbit books. That last one is sure to raise some eyebrows. In a nutshell, it gives Embracer the all-clear to have the many game studios it owns develop titles based on the characters and stories from Tolkien's books. And to clarify, it means that they can make a game about the book version of Frodo, not the movie version. So as long as they're avoiding too many movie inspirations or similarities, they should be fine. And based on the Associated Press release, it sounds like Embracer fully intends to create several games from Tolkien's world focused on iconic characters like Gandalf, Gollum, Aragorn, and more. And that wraps it up for This Week in Gaming. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.